Okay, so in this revision video, we're going to look at a mixture of percentage questions because I think with percentages, people find it difficult to identify which type it is. Once they've identified the type it is, then you can apply the correct method. So I've split percentages into these different topics. So maybe write these down. One is a normal increase decrease. Two is compound interest. Three is what I call an express question. Four is percentage change. Five is make it 100%, and six is reverse. Okay, let's read this first question. So there are 600 people at a football match. There are 222 children at the match. What percentage of children? This is what we call an express. An express is always asking what percentage is something. So the best method, I think, for doing this, and you can watch, I have got a recording on how to do an express. So you might want to go back and watch that separate recording. We write it as a fraction first. So what fraction of the football match of children? It's 222 out of 600. Write it as a decimal, 222 divided by 600 is 0.37, and then change to a percentage, 37%. How do you identify one of these types of questions? Looking for that word percentage in a particular place. Because some percentage question asking for the amount before or after. This is what's the percentage. We're not given any percentage here. That's what you're working out. Next one. Gary buys a dress in a sale. The normal price of a dress is reduced by 20%. The normal price is £36.80. Work out the sale price. So there's usually two of these different types of questions, a normal increase or reverse, that people get mixed up. So have we got the original amount here? We have the normal price of the dress is this, and it's reduced by this amount. Because we've got the starting price, it's just a normal increase decrease question. It is one of these. How do we answer these? £36.80 reduced by 20%. What's the multiplier for a reduction of 20%? 100%, take away 20% is 80%. 80% as a decimal is 0.8. £29.44. Mel buys a house for 352,000. She sells a house for 325,600. Calculate the percentage loss. Now, if you're asked for what, so the express, we just said we'll write this as a percentage. Again, you're not given the percentage here, are you? You're specifically going to be asked for what is the percentage decrease? What is the percentage increase? What is the percentage profit? What is the percentage loss? If you ask for any of those four things, it's percentage change. Percentage change is a formula. What's the formula for percentage change? Difference divided by original times 100. And as I was saying, for all these types of questions, there are revision videos on my YouTube channel. So difference divided by original times 100. So what's the difference here? 325,600 minus 352,000 is, hang on, 26,400. So make sure it's percentage loss, isn't it? So if it's a percentage loss, I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you do the subtraction, but because we don't want the percentage loss, obviously she bought the house for 352,000, she sold it for this. So it's the difference, it's this minus this gives you the 26,400. It's divided by the original. What's the original? It's 352,000. So difference divided by the original times 100, 7.5%. Annie invests 9,500 for 5 years for a saving account. She gets 1% per annum compound interest. How much money does she have at the end of 5 years? Well, this even says the word in it, compound interest. But so it doesn't always say that though. So what you're looking for with these questions is a like increase or decrease over a certain period of time. So over a number of years, a number of minutes, a number of days. It's happened more than once. That's what you're looking for a compound question. So 9,000, don't forget off a little formula for this. And again, there's a video on it. Multiplier, no, amount times multiplier, power n. Where the n is either the number of days, the number of years, however much it's repeating what the unit is. So we've got the amount, it's 9,400. What's my multiplier? Well, 100%, it's an increase, isn't it? When we put money in a bank, in a savings account, it's going to increase by 1.8% per year. 100% add 1.8% is 101.8%. But what's that as a decimal? So divide it by 100, it's 1.018, and it's the power 5, right? Because it's done each year for 5 years. So 10,386.34. So that's my compound interest question. The value of a litre of petrol increased by 1%, sorry, by 8%. A litre of petrol then cost £1.62. Work out the price of a litre of petrol before the increase. This is a reverse percentage because we're going back. What was the price before? So how do we answer one of these types of questions? So we write out our equation first, don't we? X, what was the original amount? We don't know. But if something's been increased by 8%, what's the multiplier? 100% plus 8% is 108%. What's that as a decimal? 1.08. So we know that the original amount times 1.08 equals £1.62. We need to go back, we need to reverse it. So we divide both sides by 1.08. 1.62 divided by 1.08 is going to give my original amount, which in this case is £1.50. How do you recognise a reverse question? Because you're given the amount after the increase or decrease and you're going back. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. The population of Ottawa is 890,000. This population is 2.5% of the total population of Canada. What is the total population of Canada? So this is making to 100% because you're given 2.5% is 890,000. So how do we do one of these? Again, I have got a recording on this. We get our 1% and we make it back up to 100%. How do we get our 1%? We're dividing both sides by 2.5 because 2.5 divided by 2.5 is 1. So if I divide this by 2.5, you get 356,000. But I want to make it, I want to know what the whole population is, making it to 100%, times in both sides by 100. £35,600,000. Okay, so what I would suggest now as you look at all these questions, maybe put me on pause, see if you can identify which type of question every question is. Once you've done that, just press pause and I'll go back and tell you which type of question everyone is, and then go back and work it out. Okay, so this one. Cormac buys a new bicycle. There's a voucher that gives him 6% off the usual price. Cormac pays £799 for the bicycle. Find the original price. This is a reverse question. We're working out the original price. I'm not going to work it out yet. I'll come back and do that after. A box contains red and yellow marbles. 40% of the marbles in the box are yellow. There are 80 yellow marbles in the box. Work out the total number of marbles in the box. This is a make into 100%. Because you're given 40% is 80. Number 3. Christina receives £5 from her grandmother. She gives £1 to her sister. What percentage of the £5 does she give to her sister? We're asking for the percentage, but we're not asking for an increase, decrease, profit or loss. So it's an express. Fiona leaves £1,600 in the bank for 4 years, earns compound interest of 4%. We've got that word compound, but we can see it's happening for 4 years anyway, so it's compound. A puppy weighed 2 kilograms. 8 weeks later, the puppy weighed 3.5 kilograms. What's the percentage increase in the puppy's weight? We're asked for a certain increase. Percentage change. Oliver's salary is 18,000 and he's due to get a 4% increase. How much is the salary after the increase? So that's just a normal increase, decrease. You're given the amount and we're increasing it by 4%. Okay, now you know what type everything is. Go back and see if you can answer the question. Okay, so may want to put me on pause and come back. Hopefully you've answered these now. So we need something, increase of 6%, 106%, 1.06 equals 799. We're going back, so we're dividing both sides by 1.06. Gives us 753.77. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, ignore me. You get 6% off. It's not. No, sorry. So it's a decrease of 6%, isn't it? So because it's a decrease of 6%, we've got 100% take away 6%, which is 94%. Okay, hopefully you were thinking, oh, I've done this a different way here. 94% as a decimal is 0.94. So something times 0.94 equals 799. Divide both sides by 0.94. Well, this makes more sense. Gives us 850. There we go. So his the bike originally cost £850, but we've got a discount of 6%. So 799 he paid for the bike. Okay, we decided this was making 100%. So we've got 42% is 80, represents 80. Then we need to get our 1%, and then we need to get 100%, don't we? How do we get our 1%? Divide both sides by 40. 80 divided by 40 is 2. Not sure why I used my calculator for that. 100% times by 100, 200. 200 marbles in the box. Okay, next one. This is an express. So write as a fraction first. What fraction does she give to her sister? 1/5. What is this as a decimal? 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. What is that as a percentage? Times it by 100, 20%. Next one, compound interest, amount times multiplier to the power of the number of years. 1,600. Multiplier, increase of 4%, 104%, 1.04 to the power 4. £1,871.77. Percentage change, difference divided by original times 100. 3.5 minus 2 is 1.5. The original, well, what did the puppy originally weigh? 2. So 1.5 divided by 2 times 100, 75%. Normal increase, decrease, 18,000. Multiply for an increase of 4%, 104, 1.04. $18,720. Have put another set of questions on if you want to have a go at these. Answer these ones. Again, here's the list. Allocate them to the right one. Put me on pause, then I'll go through them. Okay, so for A, it says what's the percentage decrease? It's percentage change. B, what will his new salary be? That's the original amount. It's increased by 9%. It's a normal increase, decrease. Work out the price before the reduction. You're going back to the original, so it was reverse. Okay, this one doesn't actually say compound in it, but its value appreciates, meaning it goes up by 7.5% each year for 3 years. So doing it every year for 3 years, so it's compound because it's repeated. Here we've got 80% represents 24. How many sat it all together? We're making it 200%. And this is an express what percentage. Remember, we've got that word percentage we're looking for, but not decrease or increase. Okay, difference divided by original times 100 for this one. So your difference is, hang on, 210. Your original is 2,500. Difference divided by original times 100 gives you 8.4%. B, just the amount times the multiplier. The multiplier for an increase of 9% is 1.09. 24,500 times 1.09. 26,705. This is reverse percentages. So X something, a reduction of 20%. What's your multiplier for a reduction of 20%? 100%. Take away 20% is 80%. 80% is 0.8. So we've got something times 0.8 is £20.80. We're going back, finding the original. So we're dividing it by 0.8 to get 26. Here we go. Amount, compound, so it's amount times your multiplier. 100% plus 7.5% is 107.5%. Divided by 100, 1.075. Power 3. £124,229.69. There we go. We've got 80% is 24, represents 24 people. So what's 1%? What's 100%? Well, how do I get 1%? I'm dividing it by 80, right? 24 divided by 80 is 0.3. Times 100 is 30. Express, write it as a fraction. Change it to a decimal, 3.8 divided by 24. Get a recurring 3 here. Times it by 100, 15.8%. Okay, hopefully you've got a better understanding of those now. Thanks for listening.